always thinks, I'm a great supporter of Jeremy, but one almost thinks that he's very pure in his beliefs and values and things. And you often wonder what would happen if he's got a serious problem and it's not it's a bad means to a good end. And then we've got, the art of the possible concept. And now with this Russian thing, the real politics coming into it, but no one mentions that. I just wonder how much he would bend in order to keep power, which I think is a good thing, within limits, but how much do you think he'd bend?
I think that's a really good question. I mean, one of the attractions of Jeremy Corbyn is the idea that he wouldn't bend, I mean, I think he would bend less than most other politicians you can think of because, he's so stubborn. He really won't do anything if one of his advisors said to me that some people in the media and so on say, what happens if Jeremy Corbyn's in a negotiation with Vladimir Putin? And this advisor said, I can't get him to do anything. If Jeremy Corbyn goes into a room with Vladimir Putin, Putin's getting nothing. And so apparently to make him do something, you have to pretend it's his idea and all that kind of stuff. So, so I think he's incredibly stubborn, but he's not completely inflexible. And I think we've seen that, for example, one example is internal party reform. There's a view, which is quite a strong view, which probably John Lansman holds. I think that was what was behind his General Secretary bid, that you should have, real pure party democracy and that we should just do that immediately. And I think what we've seen is that Jeremy Corbyn's vision, Jeremy Corbyn believes in the same ends, but his way to get there is very much more managed. At conference last year, it was a very kind of managed solution that they came up with. Rather than having motions passed on the conference floor in a confrontation, the NEC did a deal before the conference and just got conference to rubber stamp the deal that the NEC had done. So it seems that he does have kind of party management skills and he does want to do things in a smooth way. So I think that does show a certain amount of flexibility. He's also, of course, not got his way on party policy on Trident, for example, and went into an election with the renewal of Trident in the manifesto, which a lot of people saw as a compromise. In actual fact, I asked about that and I was told by his policy advisor that it's just Labour Party policy. They couldn't change it, because the unions are in favour of Trident because they represent the workforce. And so there was nothing, it wasn't like they had an argument and lost. There's just, that was Labour Party policy and they had to stick with it. And he proved himself able to do that. So I think he's probably more subtle than people think when people imagine that he's just, completely inflexible and an ideologue and all the things that are thrown at him. But at the same time, you'd rather have... I think even John McDonnell bends more than Jeremy Corbyn. John McDonnell's got a tendency to try and do cute, clever, strategic manoeuvres, which maybe don't always pan out, whereas Jeremy Corbyn's more kind of straight down the line.